another recently extinct animal that you may or may not have known existed, the Slender-billed Curlew. This is the Slender-billed Curlew, and you may be thinking, hey Saudi, it's October. That means you're supposed to be doing an entire month of spookier Halloween-themed stuff. What is up with this? And this honestly may be one of the scariest topics that I've talked about, because this is one of the most recent extinctions that we know about as of right now. Now, the Slender-billed Curlew, not a whole lot is known about them. They were thought to breed in the Kazakh steppe and spend the winter around the Mediterranean. The last verified sighting of these guys were in Morocco in 1995. Despite that, they weren't officially declared to be fully extinct until November of 2024, and they weren't officially updated on the IUCN list until a couple of days ago, October 10th, 2025. Time of filming this is October 14th, 2025. So 4 days after the Red List had officially updated the status of the Slender-billed Curlew. Despite the fact that they have not been seen since the mid-90s, this is still a very, very recent extinction. Now, there are multiple reasons for the extinction of the Slender-billed Curlew, and again, for such a recent extinction, there's not a whole lot known about this bird. Likely, it is due to a loss of habitat in natural breeding grounds, as well as hunting by people along the migration routes. Now, the population of the Slender-billed Curlew has officially been in decline for most of the 20th century. The population, for multiple reasons, just kept going down. Now, there were apparently a couple conservation efforts made to protect this bird, including protecting them along the migration routes, making it illegal to hunt or poach them, as well as protecting the breeding grounds themselves. As far as I'm aware, there was no captive breeding program or anything like that established, and to be frank, we did know that this bird was going extinct for a long time, and at least in the cursory research I did, there wasn't enough conservation efforts made. There was obviously still a lot of poaching and not enough protection of the habitat, as well as just not enough public awareness. From what I've seen, most internet sources only talk about this bird after it officially became extinct in 2024, and now people are talking about it again, myself included, now that the Red List has officially been updated. Now, while this is very sad, you may still be thinking, this isn't really that scary, what are you talking about? But it kind of is. It's just a reminder that despite everything that is happening, extinctions are still happening right now. A lot of people seem to think of extinctions as things that happened in the past, with things like the dinosaurs, things like the mammoths, or even things like the dodo and the thylacine, which in the grand scheme of things still are not that long ago, but are past most people's memories. Very few people alive can claim to see a living thylacine, and those who possibly could have will be very old right now. But this is a very, very, very recent one. Even though it's only been seen last in the 90s, it wasn't officially declared extinct until super recently. So it proves something that a lot of people don't like thinking about, that extinctions are happening right fucking now. And a lot of that, almost all of the modern extinctions, are due to human behavior and human impact on the environment, whether directly or indirectly. Unless there's some like freak weather event that wipes out a remaining vulnerable population, pretty much every animal that's gone extinct in the last 200 or so years has been to human activity, and that makes a lot of people uncomfortable to think about. And there are extinctions happening every day, and most species that go extinct are so far unknown to science and are things that a lot of people don't care about, such as little spiders or flies or mites or fish or something that are less charismatic and less interesting than something like a rhinoceros, or even a bird like the slender-billed curlew. Humans are causing the extinction of animals that we don't even know exist. Simply by deforesting an area, you could wipe out an entire species of something like a snail, perhaps, that you didn't even know lived there. And so by this is probably the scariest topic that I've talked about thus far, even more than creepy snakes or weird insects, is that humans are causing the extinction of our planet and not a whole lot is being done about it. There we go. This is a very depressing video, ain't it?